In this lesson, we will study two special readings. The first is the small su. In Japanese, it is called soku-on. This section explains the pronunciation of double consonants in Japanese. Next, we will learn about long vowels. Japanese has 5 vowels. I will explain how to pronounce these vowels when they overlap and how they are written. If you pronounce them incorrectly, the meaning will be different. Keep practicing for good pronunciation.
So let's get started with an example. How do you read this? The first character is say and the next is su? No, it is not. Look closely at the size. This is written smaller than the other letters. In this case, su is not pronounced. Su is silent, and the following sound becomes a double consonant. To be more specific about how to pronounce it, stop breathing after pronouncing say and close your throats. After that, pronounce K as if it were to burst. I will pronounce it a little exaggerated. Listen carefully and try to copy it.
Sekke, sekke,
Therefore, it becomes
sekken, sekken.
At this point, do not say.
世間、世間、石鹸、石鹸。
The part of the letter that is not pronounced needs as much rest as the other letters. If you know music, think of it as a rest of the same length as the other notes. In other words, the whole word can be thought of as a 4-beat word.
石鹸、石鹸。
The reason why this beat is important is that different beats make different words. Let's look at some examples. First, please read these hiragana.
坂、
Now let's add a small tsu in the middle.
坂、坂、
Means slope.
坂、
Means writer. Aware of the beats and pronounce each one.
坂、坂、坂、坂。
As you can see, the meaning of the words are completely different. Let's practice with more examples. You can practice rhythm by clapping your hands until you get used to it.
音、音、音、音。 音、音、音、音。来て、来て、来て、来て、来て、来て、来て、来て。猫、猫、猫、猫、猫、猫、猫、猫。
Two things to note about the double consonants with small su. First, su should not be pronounced. Stop your breath and pronounce the next sound as if it is going to burst. Next, notice the number of beats. This is because different numbers of beats sound like different words in Japanese and change the meaning. Hey guys! Don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Let's move on to the next one. Now let's move on to learning about long vowels. First of all, Japanese has 5 vowels.
あいうえお。
So what is a long vowel? Let's look at some practical examples.
おばあさん。
Now look at the area connected by the yellow line. Two same vowels are overlapping. This is the long vowel. Easy. But many students pronounce it without stretching it enough because it is the same vowel. Please pronounce it again with the beat in sight.
おばあさん。
Why do we say beat so much? It's because, like double consonants, if you don't extend the beat enough, you turn it into a different word. Now, let's check it out with an example. Notice the difference between each beat.
おばさん、おばあさん、おばさん、おばあさん。
It would be rude to do this wrong, wouldn't it? Let's look at some other examples.
おじさん、おじいさん、おじさん、おじいさん。くき、空気、くき、空気。
Let's look again at the three so far.
おばあさん、おじいさん、空気。
The long vowels a, e, and u are written with the same sound as the letter. However, in the case of a, o, the sound and the letter do not always match. It is a little complicated. Let's look at it with an example.
お姉さん、
Pronunciation and letters match. Pronunciation and letters match. Then how about this?
先生、先生。
It is pronounced A, but written E.
警察、警察。
It is also pronounced A, but written E. The same is the case with O, starting with an example where the letter and pronunciation match.
多い、多い。
Now let's look at an example that does not match.
お父さん、お父さん。
Let's keep in mind 2 points about long vowels. First, be careful about the number of beats. If you pronounce a vowel too short, it may have a different meaning. Second, among the long vowels, a and o exist for which the letter and pronunciation do not match. This is not a regularity. When you learn a vocabulary, check its pronunciation and letter writing well before you learn it. Now let's practice the vocabulary of double consonants and long vowels.
雑誌、雑誌。切符、切符。黄色、黄色。英語、英語。学校、学校。東京、東京。
Now open your workbook and practice writing. Then we can move on to the next lesson. See you soon.